nutritional value that we've been providing our students. So if a parent says, what has my child been eating, we're not just going off of anecdotal remembering, well, this week I think he ate the hot meal 3 times, and I don't remember what he did the other days. Now we can actually print it out, and parents can actually go online and see what is it that my kid's spending the lunch money that we're sending in. So we wanted to update the descriptions, and if you have any questions. Oh, she's still here.
I'll make a motion that we accept the revised job description entitled Food Service Staff as forwarded on from the Policy Subcommittee.
I will second that.
Any discussion or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item F, policy review. Number 1, JJJ extracurricular activity eligibility.
This policy you have seen already once. We did some edits to it, but you requested that we bring it back in the form that you're used to seeing with the red lines and the edits built right into it. The biggest questions that came up were, using the director or the activity or athletic director to determine how many slots are available in our sports teams or an activity, because that was one of the questions. When do we allow, or if we are capable of allowing students from other schools to participate? And because the question came up with other public school students that attend not our public schools, but for example, Bristol Aggie or Diamond, the ability for them to participate, the way the policy was written, it just said non-public school students. So in the case that there may be the possibility from time to time that those students can participate, we added public as well as non-public. And there was an exception that was created that the policy subcommittee wanted to maintain in there, mostly around the drama area. Students who had participated, this would assume at the middle school, and were successful and were now moving on to a different school, their ability to participate, they would kind of be given a second look at the high school level to participate in those programs, if they so desired. So it was band and drama, or music and drama programs.
Can I have a motion to approve this policy?
So made.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a question on this actually first. I hate to beat up dead horse here.
Okay, that's why we're here.
The one thing that I don't feel has really come up at this point when we've talked about the kids that wanted to play and were not allowed to play, there was one student who was allowed to become a member of a team who, through accident, who now,
Ignorance.
I feel very badly about, because this particular child, as a 5th grader, she's developed teammates, she feels like she's part of the group, and now I feel like we're just letting her go. I would like to hopefully maybe amend this so that we can just allow the children that were in there to just complete their participation through 8th grade. I feel that she has, I see all of the sides, but I just feel that now she has been allowed to be part of the team through no fault of her own. She did go through the proper channels and was told that she could participate, and was allowed incorrectly by the policy, but regardless, she still was a member of the team, has made friends. So that's just my feeling on it, but I'm just one.
Are you?
Rescind your second. I'll rescind my motion.
I'll rescind, absolutely.
I'd like to make another motion.
Okay.
I'd like to refer this based on the size of the agenda that you've referenced, Mr. Chairman, that we refer this back to the policy subcommittee for additional review.
That's fine.
Is there a second?
I'll second that, that's fine.
Any discussion on that? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who's second it?
It was right here.
Okay,
Jay goes back.
okay.
Policy listed on item 2, approval of the policy manual, section B. Can I have a motion to approve section B?
So
I'll make a motion that we approve Section B in its entirety as reviewed by the policy subcommittee and forward it on to the full school committee for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I just wanted to indicate that there's quite a bit of work gone into the policy handbook to date. We've revised our schedules to hopefully continue with approximately a section per month. There's a published schedule, which is part of the handbook. In fact, I think it's part of the section.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to be rude, but we need to discuss this, not the,
Right, section-
not leading up to it, or,
No, the schedule in Section B indicates the calendar which I'm referring to.
okay.
So in support of the motion on the table, I'm making reference to Section B so that...
Is there anything about that you want to revise? Or
I
are you
wanna-
going to read it to us?
I'm highlighting that there's a schedule for reference,
Okay.
so that if people have individual, that's why we made sure we reviewed that schedule. It is revised. So I'm pointing out that that schedule's revised so that if the general public wishes to learn more about the policy procedures, there's a handbook, it has a schedule by month on what section.
And the policy handbook, as it stands, is on the website. So if we're coming up and I'm looking at a specific section of the policy handbook, they can look online, see the policies we're going to discuss, so they know that these are coming up. It is quite a bit of work, and each section, actually, this was one of the biggest ones, and there were still some that were sent back to the policy subcommittee because we didn't have all the questions answered. So over the next year or so, we still have quite a bit of work to do.
One thing jumped out at me when I went through here. BEA, policy BEA, regarding regular school committee meetings. It says, it just specifies Wednesday. And I'm just wondering if we want to actually name a day of the week. It says that the school committee will meet on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. I mean, we occasionally bounce back and forth between Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. It seems to me that if we decided, say in April, we wanted to go to Thursdays or go to Tuesdays, we would have to come back and change this policy. This seems to fall under what you occasionally bring up about a procedure versus a policy. I'm just questioning the day of the week needs to be specified in there.
The only concern with doing it that way, there is a schedule. Let's see if I can twist it a different way so that we can remain within the rules. The regular meetings, we usually have them scheduled on second and fourth Wednesday of each month. When there are things like what happened this past Wednesday that we had to cancel and postpone the meeting, that does not preclude us having a regular scheduled meeting postponed.